Hello everyone, you're listening to Cricket Unabridged with Shayonto, and in today's episode we've got a very special guest with us. We have the ultimate legend and gangster of my alma mater DBPC Kolkata. Yes, we have Satyajit Sen amongst us. A very dear friend of mine, Satyajit is an extraordinary talent. He is one of the most ardent sports enthusiasts I have ever known and has played professional cricket up to a particular stage. One of my closest cricket buddies. I can literally have a big fat conversation with him about cricket during any time of the day. Currently pursuing law at NUJS Calcutta, Satyajit has got a glorious career ahead of him. An absolute warrior by all means. Thank you so much, Satyajit, for coming in our show. It's such a pleasure to have you on board.
Pleasure. But I like the appreciation, man.
Oh
Awesome.
God, you deserve every bit of it, buddy.
Wow. Brilliant.
So, what's up? How are you spending your time? Have you learned cooking or something during lockdown?
See, cooking as a thing is not my cup of tea. And I've not even attempted into learning one bit of it simply because I like sitting and enjoying the delicacies. I don't want
exactly.
the delicacies to be tampered because of my petty mistakes.
So you don't have a little bit of confidence in yourself that you'll be able to master cooking and all. It's like other people will cook and you'll only relish them.
See, I don't have that confidence of becoming a master chef at my own kitchen.
Yeah. Like Nilabro Bhattacharya.
Oh, wow. What a nice joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. He can cook really well because he's the legend Nilabro, right?
Absolutely.
Chalo, come on, let's not digress from the topic. So, Satyajit, you've been watching cricket very closely and you are a big fan of the Indian cricket team. So, let me ask you something. What is your take on India recently losing out on the number one test rank? And they've slipped to the third place, and Australia have taken their position at the number one rank. So, what is your take on this particular thing?
See, firstly, what you need to realize is that India lost the number one ranking simply because of its two test match loss against New Zealand and at their home ground. So, what we need to understand is that since Australia has come up to the number one position, we need to appreciate Australia first because of the brilliant comeback which they have made to the international arena after the comeback of Steve Smith, David Warner, because of the scandal which they were involved, and as a result, the dark phase of Australian cricket which the team was going through. So as a result, you need to understand the main problems which they were facing, and still, in spite of the fact after the World Cup, you saw how with the comeback of Smith and Warner, they managed to make a comeback with the emergence of Marnus Labuschagne in the Ashes, and then the Australia home series against Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Simply, they were brilliant at their homes, at their test matches. So I feel that this team has a lot to offer, especially with so many good players, youngsters in the team, Pat Cummins and Labuschagne and Smith and so many other players. What I feel is that it consists of so many good players that even you see senior players like brilliant players like Mitchell Starc do not even get a chance in the Test 11.
It's become so competitive.
Exactly. So, even in the Indian context, I don't feel that they will have much of an issue in making a comeback to the number one position because it's just a 2-point deficit. And after all, the Indian team consists of match-winning Test players in the form of Cheteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, Shami,
Ajinkya Rahane. We've got a lovely opening pair. Absolutely.
Rohit Sharma.
Bowling department, I don't need to say anything about the bowling department. Probably the best bowling department ever India has produced.
At the present moment, it's the best.
So Satyajit, let me ask you something. You said that Australia kind of deserved it. Obviously, they deserved it considering the fact they came back from such a fighting position. They were in such a bad position and they came fighting back into this position. But like if you see, India lost just one series in the past 2 years, and that was against New Zealand. It was incidentally also the first time India lost a test match in the World Test Championship. And if you consider Australia, yes, they defeated England in the Ashes, but it was a 2-all draw. Only they won it because last series was theirs. That is why they could retain the Ashes. And also they won against Sri Lanka in their home backyard. And we know
Absolutely.
that Sri Lanka of late has not been a force to reckon with, because there's been a transition phase which has been going after the retirement of
Yeah,
Jayawardene and Sangakkara.
yeah.
So how do you think like India don't deserve it and Australia deserve it?
Yeah.
If you consider only these two teams, who do you think is the more deserving team to be on that top rank?
See, at the present moment, if you see, what I feel is that India definitely deserve. Both the teams deserve. But uh, there is a simple issue which we must consider at the present moment. India has not been playing many of the away matches, the away test matches,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
so the past few test series which India have been playing at the home ground, it's kind of gone to an advantage. But if you see 2 years back when India was playing Australia at Australia's home grounds, you see the brilliant pacers, and they managed to make India win. I would say because they were
Yeah.
fully responsible. I feel
And
that
especially at a time, especially Australia is a country where it is seam friendly boundary
yeah,
track. So you need to have a good bowling attack in order to register a victory in Australia.
absolutely.
And with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah,
Yeah,
Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, Sharma, I think this is the best bowling attack India can ever dream of. And also when they tour Australia at the fag end of
Yeah.
this year 2020, I think this thing will be very crucial. This will be the deciding factor as to who will win, because obviously the emergence of Marnus Labuschagne and the comeback of
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Warner and Steve Smith, they'll be a much stronger side and they would fight till their last breath. And especially they'll have a lot of confidence on their back. That is
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
definitely.
have recently won the Ashes and recently they've got the #1 rank. So who do
Yeah.
you think, like if I ask you to pick one team, who do you think will win the championship? Or who do you think will win the Border Gavaskar Trophy
That's
this season?
That's a very difficult question, and that's also a very good question, I must say, because this series, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, with the clash of Smith and Warner against Bumrah and Shami, this will be a brilliant series to watch. I must say, I think at the present moment we can't predict anything or we can't say anything about the series literally because of the difficult clash between these two fierce teams at the present moment.
Absolutely.
Let's wait for the
So
best.
exactly. So what's in store for us, I think, will be something we'll actually look forward to.
Yeah.
So my last question to you, Satyajit, will be like obviously these have been challenging times and the entire world has been crippled with coronavirus. Everything has come to a standstill. But since like cricket is beginning to resume, we'll be witnessing a series between England and West Indies very soon, probably next week only.
Yeah.
And the practice test matches and everything have started. So how do you think cricket will look after this COVID phase gets over? Do you think cricket will remain the same? Do you think fans will have the same kind of energy and enthusiasm within them? Or do you think there'll be a dip in the enthusiasm since we can't go to the stadiums and watch cricket live?
See, one thing which you need to understand is that since ICC has always stressed on the fact at the present moment that fans will not be allowed to enter and most cricket boards are not
Correct.
in favor of fans being allowed to enter the stadium because of the social distancing norms. So what
Yes.
I personally feel that yes, it will have some impact, definitely an impact on the game, but the quality of the game will definitely remain intact. But I kind of feel that fans bring some more impact on the game because
Absolutely.
whenever you think of the impact of fans, you think of Virat Kohli and how the energy level goes to another like completely different level when fans are present at the ground and Virat Kohli is like super enthusiastic and like
It's pumped up when
yes,
the crowd is
absolutely.
behind him.
And it's simply outstanding to watch. But I don't think the quality of the game will be compromised at all because after all, cricket is a game which focuses compulsorily on the quality, the great quality of the players. But I think that since again you see that ICC is introducing a large number of restrictions in the form of no saliva rule and all, so I feel that it will have an impact, but it will have varying effects
Yeah.
depending on the conditions, depending on the countries in which cricket is played. So, for example, let's say that considering the fact that we have 3 cricket balls which are being used in different parts of the world, so I personally feel that the no survival rule will not have that kind of a huge impact on the Duke ball, especially in
Yeah.
England, because first of all of the conditions, the natural conditions of England, the swing-friendly conditions, and due to the durability of the ball and the ball being able to swing for more than 30 overs in England, and
Exactly.
but
The wind also plays a massive role, and not just
Absolutely.
England. If you
New
consider
Zealand.
New Zealand as well, so these conditions like are swing
Yeah.
friendly, and those pitches are tailor made for like fast bowlers.
Yeah.
And I think it has to be one of the major developments in the recent times that the pitch curators have been
Yeah,
doing a great job. Of course, we'll be discussing this on a very later day.
But
So
one major
Yeah,
issue
definitely.
I personally feel that it will impact the SG cricket ball in India especially, and in the subcontinent conditions, because if you see, the SG ball is made in such a way that it is likely to become very old after some overs, so it will be, so the no saliva rule will have a kind of impact on the bowlers who specialize on their swing, especially if you consider Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Deepak Chahar. So definitely it's going to have an impact on the subcontinent conditions, and even in Australia due to the Kookaburra ball which is being used. But
Exactly.
let's see what is in store for us, and whether
Yeah.
ICC kind of has any modifications to.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, everything comes back to a normal state. We're really looking forward to cricket resuming at a proper level across all formats, and that's the only thing we can do. We can keep our fingers crossed and we can hope for the better times.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Absolutely. So, this was a very engaging conversation with you, Satyajit. Thank you so much for joining in my channel and having this wonderful episode with me. It was really fun.
So thank you
I
so
hope you're
much.
doing well. And please take care of yourself, take care of your family, and have a wonderful
Yeah.
day, bro.
Sure.
Take care.
You too.
Bye bye.
Take care.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.